So lately I've been doing some video features of new construction homes and some new builds in the local Sacramento area. But I wanted to touch on a few things that I think are pros and cons or items that you need to keep in mind when you're considering buying a new home. So I guess the absolute number one pro to buying a new construction home is that you customize it the way you want. Um, Most of the home builders start with here it is starting at price, and then you add things on that you want that are unique to you or that are important to you, and then the house is customized the way you want it. Now, each and every home builder is a little different in what they offer. There are some home builders that offer, as is or as you see it, and minimize the amount of upgrades. But there's always upgrades that you can get for flooring. You can add window coverings in. You can add certain other paint features that you might want to customize your home. Some appliances can also be upgraded. So that's the number one pro that I've seen, and that was important to me when I bought a new home. The other is that you're moving into a newer area. The roads are going to be new, the parks will be new, the schools will be new. Eventually you'll get new shopping areas, all of the stuff that's new. So there's a real kind of draw and appeal to people for those new things, that it's new. So on the flip side of those pros to buying a new house, there are some obvious cons that go with that. In most cases, while things are changing with a lot of the builders currently here in the Greater Sacramento area, they do have some move-in ready homes that they're making deals on, and that they're eager to get people into. So with that, though, the majority of the time you are going to be waiting for that home to be built. Now, that could be a benefit to you, but in many cases, it is a drawback for some that they have to wait to move into their home. And there's a process of construction and picking your features and those things. So the wait is a drawback. The other drawback is, and unless you're really buying in right at the very end of a development, there's going to be construction going on around you for a long time. And that means a lot of traffic, a lot of noise, a lot of debris in the road that could be damaging to your tires. So you're not going to get you're not going to have those schools right away or those parks right away. So a lot of the amenities won't be right there right when you move in. I think what the biggest con or negative is with buying a new construction home is that all too often, again, you get that starting at price. So with that starting at price, you go in and the builder has its basic features that it's putting in, either carpeting or flooring, paint. Sometimes it's a solar system, and you're going to have to add those on to the price of the house. So you may start with a house that, let's say, starts at $675. Before you know it, you're paying $750 for the home that you thought was at $675. Now that's something that you're going to have to consider and make sure that you discuss with the lender, because you want to make sure that you're not adding things on and all of a sudden now you don't qualify because you've taken yourself out of that range that you qualified for. So that's one. And the last one I would think is here in the Sacramento area, and we've touched on it in other videos, it's Mello-Roos. So with the Mello-Roos tax in a new area, you are going to have Mello-Roos. And I've seen Mello-Roos going anywhere from $240 up to $400 plus. And that's an additional monthly payment. Now, new home builders are adding that into a number that just shows in the PITI. All right, so principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So then, you calculate your tax rate and you're looking at it going, this doesn't make sense. It's because they added in the Mello-Roos monthly payment. So you want to make sure that you get a picture of that, but it is a negative when buying a new home, because the new homes are going to have those generally 30-year bonds. Whereas the older homes, depending upon the age of the house, that bond's going to expire at some point, and, the payment will go down. So those are the pros and cons that I've experienced and that I've seen with buying a new construction home. Whether they're a pro or a con for you, it's up to you, but it is something that you should consider when making that type of purchase and making that investment in your future. So when you're ready, give me a call, whether it's a new construction home or pre-existing home. I'm your real estate warrior. I got Sacramento covered. I look forward to helping you. Take care.